I was scheduled to show 2 homes to a client. One of the houses was a foreclosure listing in a desirable neighborhood with excellent schools. The client was curious to see the foreclosed home, so we headed there first. To our surprise, the exterior of the house was in excellent condition and had great curb appeal. We couldn't wait to check out the interior. Being a foreclosed home that had been on the market for 6 months, it had that damp, musty smell like old carpet as soon as we stepped inside. But other than that, everything looked to be cosmetics from what I could tell. Unfortunately, I had twisted my ankle while on a fishing trip, and it was giving me a lot of trouble. Therefore, I remained in the living room with the grandmother, while the rest of the family explored the rooms in the house. Though the client's children filled the house with laughter and excitement as they peeked into the rooms, there was something unsettling in the atmosphere that I didn't want to mention. As a real estate agent, I didn't typically express my opinion about the homes I showed, but the grandmother took notice of my expression and made the same face. When we visited the second house, the grandmother said she liked that space better because the other one gave her creepy vibes. Although I completely agreed with her, I remarked that it was probably because the first home was a lot bigger. My client eventually purchased a house that was neither of those 2 houses. A couple of months later, I ran into the wife of an old friend whom I hadn't seen in a long time. When I inquired about his well-being, she informed me that he had passed away several months ago. Feeling sorry for her tragic loss, I invited her to lunch and she agreed to meet up. We were catching up on things that had happened since I last saw her husband, when she asked how I liked being in the real estate business. After I gave my honest opinions about the work, I shared with her my story about the strange showing of the foreclosed home. I didn't expect her to tell me that it was her house. What she told me sent shivers down my spine. She revealed that the house was very haunted because her husband passed away inside the home after succumbing to his illness. After his death, she started hearing his voice call her name around 2 in the morning. She even claimed to have seen glimpses of his ghostly form crawling around the house, especially at night when she could hear him crawl throughout the house, moaning and struggling to breathe. Before he passed away, he was bedridden, but would sometimes crawl to the bathroom or other parts of the house. The most terrifying moments for her was feeling him peer at her through the gap beneath the door. She started stuffing towels under the door each night and never told children about it, as she knew it would terrify them. This was the real reason she let the house go into foreclosure. She could afford the payments, but the fear was too overwhelming and she just wanted to get out of there. She said she had never been so scared in her life. Buying a foreclosed property has its downsides, one being that banks are exempt from disclosing deaths on the property. This is left for buyers to uncover through their own research. While foreclosed homes might seem like a good deal, sometimes it's better to buy from a regular seller who is obligated to disclose deaths within the last 3 years. Unfortunately, unexplained phenomena or hauntings aren't part of the disclosure package, leaving you to rely on your own 6th sense.